Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo.
And I'm your reigning and defending
Nope.
champion.
Yes.
Full 2K.
I am your reigning and defending predictions champion. And I will be defending it today because it is a triple threat predictions episode. We're expanding what we're doing predictions for, but in one particular case, it's kind of just happenstance because this weekend, so we were recording this as of Thursday, May 22nd, around 6:30 before Collision is starting. So nothing that we're going to be talking about will have come from past this point. So if anything gets announced on Collision, unless it happens during this recording, we won't be counting it.
We'll keep an eye out,
yeah.
but depending on the time, we may not get to the point in Collision where they'd be announcing more shows. So
yeah, more matches.
Go with what they've got by now, or
Yeah.
what they've got as of now.
Which is 8 matches. But yeah, this weekend is a triple threat. How this happened, I'm not entirely certain. But on Saturday, we have WWE's Saturday Night's Main Event. And then on Sunday, at the exact same start time of 8 o'clock Eastern, we've got AEW Double or Nothing and NXT Battleground. So we decided, we don't normally do Saturday Night's Main Event predictions, but why not? Let's do Saturday Night's Main Event along with our first ever introduction of NXT predictions and maybe our last AEW one. I'm not really sure yet. AEW's kind of floating.
And actually, TNA has a show tomorrow night.
Holy crap. So it is a quadruple event weekend. If you're a wrestling fan, this is a big weekend. This is a lot to watch.
Big holiday weekend here in the States.
Oh, is it?
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, last weekend was our long weekend, Victoria Day, up here in the Canadias.
Well, starting next year, you'll be able to celebrate Memorial Day with us, right? 51st state.
I hate you. It's my go-to line. I hate you. So I'm gonna put my
son of a bitch.
You like that one better?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It doesn't matter. I've been called worse. I've been called much worse.
That's fair. Yes. I'm gonna put my predictions championship away for now, so I can concentrate. I need all the focus I can get to get through this. This is a big prediction. So the way that we're doing the predictions for this particular episode is normally we do one event, and the confidence points are based on how many matches there are. Given how many matches there are in this, we decided to just split them up per event. So Saturday Night's Main Event has 4 matches, so there's up to 4 confidence points. NXT Battleground has 6, and Double or Nothing at the moment has 8. That might increase. We'll see. But for now, it is sitting at 8. If there is something more announced during the show, as we're recording this, I think we'll just add them as bonus points, so we don't have to redo all of our confidence points. That would just be a time sink that I don't want to get into.
So it'll be like how we did our WrestleMania, how we over 2 nights we did each night. So
yes, exactly.
Now there's 3. So
now there's 3. We could have put TNA in here, but I wasn't even aware that there was an event. Is it a pay-per-view?
I think it's just kind of like a PLE. I mean, all of theirs are on Fight TV or Fight Plus, something like that. I don't think it's one where you have to pay extra. So it's basically like a PLE.
Gotcha.
It's the Border Brawl, USA versus Canada event.
Oh, okay. Kind of like is that kind of like their tribute to the troops?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Weird. All right. Well, let's kick things off with Saturday Night's Main Event, which is being held in Tampa, Florida, home of GTA 6. We're going to kick things off with John Cena in a non-title match, from what I understand, against R-Truth. So we're going to do our predictions first, as always. Let's Let's see. All right, I'm locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we disagree out the gate.
First one. Yep.
We disagree out the gate. All right, I'll let you record those.
You put Cena for 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So there really isn't a story going into this match.
It's a whole lifetime of story. This is Truth's childhood hero, right?
Yeah, I mean, from that perspective, yeah, there is a story. There is an idea of it. The problem is Cena hasn't been on TV since the last pay-per-view or PLE. So
no, he wasn't.
Which is really weird. So he's basically just going to show up to face R-Truth with no. They haven't had a stare down. They haven't had a one-on-one promo battle. They haven't had anything. They've just
unless he's on SmackDown this week, which is
that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Truth. The only thing Truth's done is had like a 3-minute interview with Wade Barrett, in which Wade Barrett had to keep had to do his best to keep from laughing because it's
Truth had come out in the match with Randy Orton to save Cena from being punted.
Yes,
and then Cena put Truth through the table in the press conference afterwards.
Yes, and that's the whole story.
And that's the whole story. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's strange because Truth is acting like Cena's still his childhood hero, and he wants to snap him out of this state that he's gotten him in.
Yeah,
that he's in, and that's basically it.
I'm hoping Cena snaps Truth out of his stupid 12-year gimmick that he's had.
Wouldn't bet on that.
I'm so over it. So over it.
I mean, this is the ending of Truth's story, really. He's always been talking about my childhood hero Cena, so this is like his comeuppance for all of that dedication to that gimmick. But I don't think he's going to win. I mean, unless there's some sort of crazy interference where someone comes in, like Randy comes back and RKO's Cena,
or somebody else,
or whoever. Whoever his next opponent is, maybe. Or maybe that's how they introduce him.
Someone we haven't seen in a month and a half, or just over a month.
Who be that? Who be that?
This is someone he beat for the title at WrestleMania.
Oh, Cody.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want him to come back this early.
I don't want him to come back either, but yeah, I think.
I do want him to come back, but like this, I mean, seems early, but maybe not.
To me, I don't think it gives it away, but I think it definitely gives an idea for Truth to win by the fact that it's a non-title match.
Yeah, I just don't know if they want Cena to lose until he loses the title. That's kind of my approach to this.
I think that's how he will, I guess, agree to a match with Cody.
Is getting screwed by him.
Is by getting screwed by him, yeah.
So you really think they're going to do a rematch with Cody and Cena at Money in the Bank?
I don't know if they'll do that then, or if that's when they may do
the Travis Scott thing.
Yeah, the Travis and...
Oh, God. So yeah, it'll be
Cody
like Cody and somebody. Yeah. Oh, you just...
Bad Bunny, maybe? I don't know.
I think
maybe.
I think you just convinced me that Truth is going to win this with a Cody interference. I think you made a good call.
If it was a title match, I would 100% say Cena.
Yeah.
But if it's non-title, it just screams Truth. But I only did put 1 point, so.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I mean, this match is not going to be good. Hopefully they keep it short.
Yeah, hopefully it's not long and drawn out like Cody and Randy were.
Yeah. I liked the Randy match. I thought it was great. I did not like Cena and Cody at Mania, though.
One thing I didn't like about that, the biggest thing I didn't like about that was all the kickouts from the finishers.
Yeah, but they got to make Cena look like, like he's back to his old ways. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to keep Orton strong. Because he's both these guys are going to put people over, so they got to make him look strong. So I'm okay with that. But something about that last match with Randy kind of started to swerve me into enjoying the Cena turn. So we'll see if that continues or not. I'm not. He hasn't been on TV since, so it's kind of hard for me to judge if that is still happening or not. All right, well, we got those locked in. Let's move on. We've got a steel cage match. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
And if we do see Travis, it needs to be a different song.
Oh, God, if I hear that song ever again. All right, locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. Wow, we are so different. I love it. Though. I love it when we're different.
You're a Drew for one?
I'm a Drew for one, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so the question is this their rubber match, which isn't really a rubber match because they've fought around each other, it feels like, for so long, with the exception of WrestleMania. Where Drew won, right?
It's been a year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long feud. It's a long feud. Obviously, I'm not super confident on this one because I only have him for one. But my thought process is that I just see Drew doing more than Damian. I don't know what either of these guys are going to do if this is their finale of the feud. But I still feel like Drew has more to offer right now than Damian. I think Damian still needs to cook a little bit.
I mean, I think he does too, but I just don't see Damian losing again to Drew. He lost to him in a street fight and then lose to him in a steel cage. What's next for Damian after this if he loses?
But I think the problem is that if Damian wins, then they have to have a rubber match. And I don't want to see it like them again. Yeah. I want it to be over.
I mean, I do too, but I don't know.
Well, you're pretty confident that Damian's going to win.
I am.
You might be smoking me so far. I'm getting a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting a little nervous. We'll see.
You're the defending champion.
I am. Yeah, you can't tie me.
I have that bold to win. Right.
That's true. It's very true. I mean, I like both these guys. I'm just tired of their feud. That's all. Just kind of over.
Yeah, I like them both. They're just not with each other anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they're just with each other because neither of them has anything to do. Like to me, Drew should be a main eventer, but he's constantly screwed because of other big names that are
people
stars,
costing him his title matches, title opportunities.
Yeah. I really want to see him have a run as champion,
As main champion or just as a champion?
One of the two main titles. One of the two big ones. Yeah, one of them. I don't know, man. I just want, he deserves it. I just feel like he's the most screwed over wrestler of like all time. Like he works his ass off. He's killing it. And he just doesn't win. He doesn't win,
I mean, WrestleMania last year, he did it to himself, right?
I know.
It was all his fault.
It was all his fault. He was an idiot.
Not Snitsky.
No.
It wasn't Snitsky's fault. No. It's easy for me to say.
Here's the thing, though, is when I look at Drew, I think world champion. When I look at Damian, I still feel like Intercontinental level. I don't feel like world champion. Yes, he was a world champion, but I still see him at the Intercontinental level. I don't see him at the world level.
Yeah, I mean, I see that too, but
it's tough.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what these guys can do in a steel cage. All right, next up.
Will there be blood, you think?
No. It's on NBC. I don't think we'll see any blood on NBC's. What do they call that? Just their normal broadcast channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't see it. All right, next up we've got Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus the unnamed duo of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. All right, locked in. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're on the same page on this one. All right, different point totals though.
Yep.
Different points again. All right. Yeah, I don't see a world where Punk and Sammy win. In fact, I'm slightly scared that Sammy might be the third man.
You think he would turn on him at the end of the match?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen, but there is a fear of that happening. Because I feel like Sammy's just floating now. Like he's just floating between 16 different people. He's with Jay, then he's with Blank, and then he's with Blank. Now he's with Punk. Like he just seems to be floating, and doesn't really have. It's just aimless. He's just there. And I think he needs a gimmick refresh. And I think turning heel and joining this group would be good for him. But I also don't want to see him in the group because I think someone else could be better in that position. So I give it like a 33% chance that he's going to join.
Now Braun Breaker's in there too. Do you need some breaker math for that?
Yeah, exactly. 33 plus 66
plus 25
6 plus 25 equals a 100% chance of Seth and Braun winning.
Yeah, I mean, if he does turn, do it at the beginning of the match, not after you spend the whole match fighting the other team.
I mean, they could mask it by having Punk in the ring the whole time, and then when he goes to tag Sammy, he just steps away. But I don't know. That's why I only give it like a 33% chance, because I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like if they're setting up Seth to be the leader of this like new age cult, so like a new evolution type group, you're not going to put Sammy in there. You're going to put new guys in there.
Right.
And I still don't know if there is a group. Like, it's still unclear. There's no name. It's just an alliance. One might say a dangerous alliance.
Oh, God. So tired of that comparison.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Just give them a name already.
They do need a name. But I think, like I said, my assumption is that if they're not getting a third man, this is it, and they're not giving them a name. They're just a tag team, basically. And that if there is a third man, they're waiting for that third man to join the group, and then Seth's going to do a big speech and reveal the name. But I just hope that happens sooner rather than later, because I'm getting.
Yeah, me too. I hope
I'm getting the unknown of it is getting boring. I just want to know if there's a third guy at this point.
Yep.
So,
although if it is Sammy, I hope he gets a new look, a new haircut and shave.
Yes, 100%. He needs a completely revamped gimmick in every way. New song, new everything. He just needs a complete retooling.
And a tan like Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Don't be like The Miz and have a Donald Trump tan. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Definitely not.
All right. Let's move on to what I assume is going to be the main event.
I think they did say that this was going to be the main event.
Okay. Yeet defending his World Heavyweight Championship against the Mav.
I think he's actually not earned, but the nickname actually fits this time.
If he's the main event. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That one doesn't work.
All right. Locked in. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. The one we agree on.
Makes sense. I don't see a world where Jay loses.
No. It's too early. If they were going to have Logan win the title at some point, I feel like it would be against someone like Jay. Like, I don't think they would ever have Logan beat Gunther or Roman or, anyone like that. I think they would pick a transitional champion because he's going to be a transitional champion himself.
I mean, definitely they didn't for Roman or for him versus Roman or him versus Cody last year.
No. He seems to get a lot of world title matches, but he never wins.
He's good though. People want to see him lose.
Yeah. I think it'll be an entertaining match.
Oh yeah, I think not that I think Logan will carry him, but I think he'll make Jay look better than he did against Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, he looked okay against Gunther, but yeah, he's struggling a little bit.
Not a whole lot of build for this, although Logan has left him laying 3 or 4 times with his one lucky punch.
Yeah, which opposite momentum tells us.
Yes,
that he won't win. I kind of would like to see him win at some point, even though I don't like him as a human being, but as a wrestler, he's really good. My only thought about Saturday night's main event in general is that if nothing significant happens in any of these matches, then I think that basically solidifies Saturday night's main event as just this useless, glorified house show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I think we'll see something with the tag match that'll be significant. A third,
I'm hoping
another member.
Yeah.
Because is this the third or is this the fourth Saturday night's main event they've had?
I think it's the fourth because they have 2 every year. I think, right?
I don't know. They had one in December, and I think they had another one in January.
So maybe 3 a year.
I don't know. I mean, and
how many Saturday nights
haven't really had anything big and eventful other than Chelsea winning the U.S. title.
Yeah, which was planned because it was an inaugural championship, right?
Yep. That was the end of the tournament.
But yeah, there hasn't been a championship change yet. Yeah, I don't know how many there are. It's counting the old ones, so it's going to be hard to find. Yeah, I hope that this one does something, that pushes things forward rather than just being it just existing. We'll see though. We'll see. I don't know whether I don't think I can watch this actually.
I think the last ones were on YouTube for you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Good call. Okay, well, I'll try and watch it, and hopefully it's a good show. I'm not holding my breath though.
Yeah, I know. It's 2 hours on network TV. There's going to be a ton of commercial breaks.
Ton of commercials in 2 hours. Yeah.
Matches will be 10, 12 minutes long at the most, probably.
Yeah.
Bunch of backstage segments.
Because really,
segments, because you'll see Jesse Ventura, you'll see Joe Tessitore back at the Mean Gene position stage.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. You reminding me of Jesse having, is he confirmed to always be there, or was that a one-time thing? I did not like him.
I haven't seen it since the last one. Lillian Garcia will be there though.
That's cool. Yeah, like Saturday Night's main event to me is all about exposing the WWE product to a different audience. That seems to be like the whole idea of it. It's like cram in as much as you can,
I don't see anything for the new one or for this one.
Like no information.
Correct. The only thing I see for him being at Saturday Night's Main Event was him being at the last one.
All right. Well, that's Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll see that on Saturday. It starts at 8 Eastern. We'll see how that all shakes out in the wash. All right, let's move on to our very first NXT PLA prediction show. Never done this before. Brand new for the show because I haven't watched NXT since NXT 2.0 launched back in 2021.
Saw it this week, though.
I did see it this week, and I was not impressed. The first match was great. The rest of the show put me to sleep.
It wasn't the best offering, but it wasn't bad.
There was a lot of women. Holy moly, there was a lot of women.
Their women's division is stacked.
Yeah. I wouldn't say stacked, because there's a couple in there that I'm just like, they all feel like the same person.
The ones you saw in matches weren't top. No. All of them weren't top tier.
No. Yeah, the standout for me was Javon Evans, for sure. He's incredible. I like him.
He needs a little more meat on his bones.
He is a little skinny, but, he moves like lightning. He's so fast. He's so accurate. He's really good. One thing I did notice, and maybe this is something that I haven't seen before because I haven't watched NXT in 4 years. Wow, that sounds like that's a long time. Thanks, Booker T. They removed the NXT logo from the PLE. It's called WWE Battleground. Why did they do that? Is it just to reach more people? Maybe they felt like people were not ordering it or watching it because it didn't say WWE. Is that maybe why?
I think they don't want people to think it's different.
Different company.
WWE. Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like they should have called it WWE NXT Battleground. Like, why did you remove the NXT logo entirely? It just seems odd.
It does seem odd.
Because it seems like a WWE PLE. And if someone was to watch this, they'd be like, who the hell are these people if they've never seen NXT? Like, this isn't WWE. So it's a little strange. But yeah, let's get into our predictions for these matches here, starting with Tony D'Angelo versus Channing Lorenzo. Stacks.
Yeah. Stacks, of course, was in the D'Angelo family. He turned on Tony D at Stand and Deliver. Turned on the family.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're on the Retribution stage.
All right, I am locked in. Now, just as a it's not a warning. What is it? A PSA? Disclaimer. Yeah, I don't watch NXT. I haven't watched NXT for 4 years, as a reminder. So a lot of this is going off of my gut and the very little knowledge of what I have when it comes to NXT. So
that's exactly what I'm counting on.
I do know the idea of all these matches, and I do know some of the stories, but I'm not super familiar with their background, and that's kind of the thing that might screw me up. But we'll see.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're on the same page. Different point values, but same page.
Stacks for 1. So I'm thinking that finally Tony's going to move up to the main roster by himself. I think they've kind of separated him from the rest of the family with Rizzo and the lawyer. Then I think Tony's going to move up to the main roster.
That makes me scared for him, honestly.
It kind of does me too.
The main roster is really stacked, and I just feel like he might end up being.
And I've seen what they've done with
overshadowed.
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
A couple others that they just kind of get lost in the mid card.
Yeah, there's not enough TV time, which is crazy considering how much TV time there is. But these rosters have so many people.
Especially if SmackDown goes down to 2 hours next month.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Yeah. For me, so I didn't know any of that. I didn't really have any theories as to who, if Tony was going to move up to the main roster. The only reason I thought about it was like, if they're going to break someone away from the pack, out of a group, typically they're going to win. Like Randy Orton breaking away from Evolution, Batista breaking away from Evolution. It's like typically when you break away from a group and you're the babyface, you're probably going to win.
Except Tony's the babyface, Stax is the heel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Stax is the one that turned on Tony.
But is that because Tony was being a bad guy?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No. Yeah.
Well, I've completely misread the situation, but somehow came out with the correct answer, I think. I thought that Tony was the bad guy. And,
no, Tony's a good guy now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. If I've misread that, that's not good. Okay. I will say that is a common theme that I had watching NXT last night or Tuesday night, whenever it was. I was constantly unsure who the babyface and who the heels were. Constantly. I was like, who am I supposed to be cheering for here? Like, I couldn't tell. I don't know what that means. If NXT is just kind of like a place where
there were some segments, like this next match we're going to talk about. They're both baby faces, but one of them, her and her partner, do seem kind of like they're turning. They do have some heel tendencies.
Okay. The next one. Why don't we get into that match, which is Sol Ruca defending her North American Championship against Kalani Jordan.
I've been waiting a long time to predict
a Sol Ruca match.
A Sol Ruca match, yes.
That's awesome. All right, locked in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Sol for 4.
Interesting match on that one. Yeah, so I don't know enough about either of these women to really understand what the story is or anything like that. I just don't think Kalani Jordan's all that good, to be honest with you. I've seen her in 2 or 3 matches at this point, in doing my research, and I just think she's very, very average, maybe even below average in the ring. And she doesn't stand out to me in terms of charisma or anything. Like, she's just there to me. Sol Ruca stands out much better.
Oh yeah, she does. No, but these two, I think it might have been just a regular NXT weekly NXT TV match, or I don't know if it was a PLE match. But these two have some pretty good chemistry in the ring because they're pretty much the same. They're both very athletic. They do a lot of the gymnastics, like the Will Ospreay type moves. The flips, the tumbles, the gymnastics looking stuff.
I'll be honest with you though. I feel like the only reason this match is on the card is because there's only one other women's match. I think what probably would have been better here was Ricky Saints defending his North American Championship against what's the other guy's name?
Ethan Page again.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. This seems like a token last minute addition to me. I don't know. Which is why I picked Sol Ruca, because I'm like, there's no build up to this to me. It's just.
Well, it's because you haven't been watching.
Well, that's fair.
Kalani has been wanting to go after the North American title, and Sol and Zarya have kind of been evading her a little bit, giving her obstacles to go through. But she went through Zarya 3 weeks ago, and then again this week, to finally get her rematch or to get her title match, but I don't think she'll win. The only way I think I would see her win is if Zarya somehow costs the match for Sol.
Yeah. I thought about that as well.
Causes her to lose it, and then those two split up.
I don't even understand why they're together. They don't seem like they're similar in any way. Zarya's like this like warrior destroyer type character, and then Solrook is a surfer, kind of Californian kind of vibe. It's weird.
Because opposites attract, right? That's what it was. Yeah, everybody all right over there?
Dante just fell off his.
He land on his feet.
Yeah, he's fine.
Nice.
He. I don't know what he did. He like tipped over his tree, and then overcorrected, and then fell off the opposite side that it was tipping, and then fell and hit the pillow. I have a pillow that sits right here.
Oh, nice.
And then I don't know where he went. Oh, he's right there. You okay? I have no idea why he did that. But yes, he's fine. I don't know where we were. That was startling. Oh man, I was like, what the? All of a sudden I see this cat coming at me. All right.
We were talking about you don't understand why they're together. Sol and Zarya.
Right. Yeah, you said opposites attract, and then I got rained on by a cat.
Yep.
I can't wait to rewatch that on the replay. Oh, it was funny. Okay. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about these two. Okay. I think we can move forward. All right. Next up, we got a 6-man tag. We got what do we got? Hank and Tank, and Josh Briggs, versus the Culling, which I don't know who the other two guys in the Culling are. I know who Sean Spears is.
So, guy on the right, I can't remember his name. He used to be in a tag team with Briggs. Who the heck is that?
Is he the one that wore the pink shirt?
Yes.
On NXT? That was so weird to me. They're all wearing black and white, and he's wearing a pink shirt. I was like, what is this? Does he look
familiar at all to you? His face? Think Attitude Era.
Attitude Era. Is he the son of somebody?
He is.
From the Attitude Era.
Oh, Brooks Jensen is his name.
Brooks Jensen. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, Sam. Bull Buchanan.
Oh, interesting.
That's his son. Yep.
I was always a big fan of Bull Buchanan. That man was agile for a big man. Yep. He just had zero charisma. He was a charisma black hole. That's all.
That's why he was in the right to censor.
Yeah. Well, that's actually not true because The Godfather was somehow put into the right to censor, which made no sense. All right, let's do our prediction here. Locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're on the same page, but way off on the points. Interesting. What makes you so confident about this one, sir?
Well, who was standing at the end? On Tuesday. I think it was the Culling, wasn't it?
The Culling, yeah. Interesting.
But I just see the tag team champions winning. They just won the tag team belts not long ago at Stand and Deliver, and I think they can still carry a story forward, but I think the three of them will just end up winning. Probably Jensen will take the pinfall.
Do we know who the guy on the left is?
I can tell you in a second. Not off the top of my head, though.
Dante is still stunned over there. He's still trying to come to grips with what happened. He's so stunned. Still don't know what he did. Something must have spooked him.
No, the other guy in the Culling, Sim.
Yeah, the other guy in the Culling. Yeah, guy on the left with the beard. I mean, they all have a beard, I guess. In fact, all 6 men have appeared in this match. That's not going to help. Top left corner. Yeah.
Nico Vance.
No idea.
Me neither.
Were they from his school?
You okay,
no.
bud?
It's not from his school.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about this. I like Hank and Tank. I think Josh Briggs is boring as hell. I don't like him at all. I think he's a charisma black hole. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's not a great promo.
For a guy with that much experience, guy's like an indie, you know. I don't want to say he's an indie sensation or anything like that, but he's been in the indies for a long time. He was in Evolve, and he was like the Evolve champion. And it's like, I just expected this guy to be like something special. And I think I said to you guys in the chat, I was like, he's kind of a Temu Baron Corbin. I'm just like, I don't get it.
I can see that.
You know,
like I said in the chat, if I recommend a match to go back and watch him in, that he was really good. It was the triple threat with him, Dijak, and Oba.
I think I have seen that. I think you may have asked me to watch that before. I think I may have seen it. Yeah.
I did nominate it for one of the awards, one of the year-end awards.
Was Josh Briggs in TNA?
No.
No? I just feel like I've seen him before. I just don't know why. Okay.
No,
all right.
He wasn't.
Well, I don't like 6-man tags, so I'm not really looking forward to this match at all, to be honest with you. Could care less.
Yeah, I don't really like, not that I don't like Spears.
Yeah, I like Spears. I'm a big fan.
Without him. He just doesn't do much for me in NXT.
Fair. Yeah, I think Hank and Tank are the highlights in this match. Shoot. Uh-oh.
How many points did you have for that?
2.
2, okay.
You had 5.
Yep. And you had Saul for 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's move forward. The TNA World Championship. Joe Hendry defends against Trick Williams.
Last chance. I'll do it. All right.
I'm locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you have Trick? Oh, wow.
I'm picking Trick.
Interesting. All right. Interesting. Well, I believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah, so
I did not pick Trick for his rap skills.
No, he was awful. He was awful. I mean,
Average Joe.
It wasn't horrendous, but I'd rather listen to that than Chris Jericho doing a live band performance personally. But Joe Hendry killed him easily.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Although I still like Trick Williams. I think he's great in the ring. I think he's great on the mic. I don't think he needs to do the rap stuff though.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of a, I don't know, stereotypical rap.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason Cena's rap got over, it was because he slowed down. It was almost like poetry more than it was,
It was like off
that real rap,
battle rap style that he made up at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Tricks was obviously something pre-recorded that he was
rapping too, but yeah,
he was rapping too, but when he wasn't, you could tell it was pre-recorded. You could tell it was a pre-recorded rap.
Yeah. Not to say that Joe Hendry's wasn't a pre-written song either. I'm sure it was.
Right, but there was no. I mean, he wasn't singing to a backing track.
No. Yeah, I went with Joe just because I don't know. I just don't see the TNA World Championship switching hands on NXT, just in the same way that I wouldn't see the NXT Championship switching hands at TNA. Maybe one day they decide to get bold and do that, but it just doesn't. I don't know. I just don't see that happening. And I don't. I mean, and I picture Trick winning, and I go, well, shit. That means he's not going up to the main roster right now because he's TNA champion, so he's got to defend, his TNA championship, for at least a month. So I don't know. I don't see it. Yeah.
But that's exactly why I did pick Trick.
Yes, there's Dante. For all the people worrying about him, he's right there. Hey, there he is. He's right there. He's fine.
But that's why I did pick him, just because it's too obvious, and I think they could shock it. Plus, I'm not a big fan of Joe Hendry. He's just okay in the ring.
Yeah, he is just okay in the ring. I agree.
He's a gimmick.
He is. He's the over. Elias gimmick that got really over. Yeah,
he's just really over.
Yeah. All right. Obafemi defends his NXT championship against Miles Bourne. All right, locked in. 3, 2, 1. Brute.
Brute.
Is that another nickname of him?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was the Ruler.
Well, he's the Ruler, but Brute is what they chant when he's coming to the ring.
Oh, is that what they chant? I always thought it was just like, ooh. I thought it was just, ooh. No, it's Brute. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I love the story going into this match. I'm super glad that Miles Bourne is getting this opportunity. I've never heard of the guy, but the second I heard, or I realized he was hard of hearing, I was like, oh, that's cool. That gives him a little bit of like, an empathetic edge to him and something unique. You don't see deaf wrestlers, that's for sure.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, a big chunk of wrestling is being able to hear the crowd and react to the crowd and be able to make adjustments on the fly based on how the crowd is reacting. That's how The Rock got over. That's how Stone Cold got over. It's how many big stars got over. So the fact that he really can't rely on that is interesting. Kind of, this is probably the match I'm most interested in seeing. Not just because I haven't seen a whole lot of Obafemi and I'm really excited to see what he can do, but just because I've never heard of this Miles Bourne guy, and I'm very interested to see how he does in the ring. It's very, very interesting scenario.
He is good in the ring. Yeah, he really won me over last week with his promo.
Yeah, a great promo. Yeah.
And then he had another good one this week.
That's the one.
Yeah. But even the one last week, he's funny on Twitter too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it real quick. Oh, because of his body, he draws comparison to a young Randy Orton. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
There was someone was saying something about Randy Orton on Twitter, and he said, Randy Orton hears voices. I don't hear shit.
That's funny. That's good.
So it's like,
he good.
Makes jokes about it. He's, self-deprecating about it. But
self-aware.
Yeah, very self-aware. But
I like it.
But in his promo last week and this week, he can really get someone behind him. Very sympathetic babyface.
Yeah. So just to be clear, is Oba a bad guy? Or is he a tweener?
Good.
Yeah.
He was never really a bad guy. He beat Trick for the world title when Trick was kind of I guess Trick was the babyface, but yeah, Trick was a babyface. But the way that he won the tournament that he was in, and then cashed it in that same night to win the title, fans have just been cheering for him the whole time.
Yeah. I don't think there's any chance of Miles winning.
I don't think so either.
No. Oba's been champion for so long at this point that I feel like whoever's going to take him down is going to be the next beast. You know, it would be cool if Miles Bourne did it, but I just don't see it.
I know what we talked about earlier in the week with the LFG.
Yeah.
And what we saw at the end of the night.
Which didn't go over very well, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was just like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, he came in, did his body. What do they call that move? I don't even know. There's a name for it. I just don't know what it is. Yeah, into Obi, and then left the ring, nearly tripped over the stairs, and then Miles came in, offered his hand to Oba, and Oba said no.
Slapped it away. Miles picked up the belt.
Yeah.
Oba grabbed it and held it up, and they faced off.
Yeah, I feel like it was just it wasn't a good timing for that appearance by him, by Jasper. I feel like that was foreshadowing to a bad point where it's like, okay, well, we know what the main event of the next NXT PLE is.
I mean, hopefully there's no interference from him. Hopefully this is a good, clean match.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so. Yeah. All right, let's get to what I assume is the main event. Stephanie Vakir or Vakir or Vakir. Everyone says it different. Vakir, and Vakir. I've heard it said all the different ways. Defends her NXT Women's Championship against Jordan Grace.
They're going to have the same point value as me.
Yeah, you stop cheating over there. I can't see that stuff. All right. Locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Same answer, too. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that Jordan could win, but I just feel like most of the time when someone comes over from a different company, they got to earn their way up to the top, and they're going to lose a few times before they do. That just seems like the normal thing to do. Like, I can't think of a single time when someone came from a different company and immediately won a championship. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Jordan is just arrived. She's been there for a few months now, but I don't know. I just don't see her winning yet.
Ricky Saints won the North American title.
True. That is weird. I did find that weird. Huh. He might be the only one they've done that to. AJ Styles came in, he immediately lost. Sting came in from AEW, he immediately lost. Or yeah, he came from AEW, right? And then went back to AEW.
No,
No?
he had left TNA for several years.
Oh, he was in TNA, that's right. And then he came to WWE, then he went to AEW. But yeah, still same thing. He came in, he lost.
Who else they bring? Sammy. Kevin.
I guess Cody technically too. Joe. Yeah, like everybody.
Cody won the tag titles a year and a half after he came in.
Yeah, like it took him a while to win the title.
Out for 8 months.
Yeah,
or 6 months.
Took him 2 WrestleManias to win the big title.
Yeah.
So it's like I think Ricky might be the first to come in and just quickly grab a title. I guess it seems weird.
Yeah.
So, statistically speaking, it just doesn't seem like it's likely. Stephanie's also just kind of on fire right now. I feel like these two might have like a series of matches.
Think so?
Yeah. I did have this this unfortunate guttural feeling that I didn't capitalize on. I kind of somewhat wish I could at this point, but I can't. It's against the rules. But Gulia and who was the other one?
Roxanne.
Gulia and Roxanne just moved to the main roster, and they have Roxanne's been in NXT for a while, but Gulia's she wasn't there very long.
No.
So I feel like if she's gone already up to the main roster, you'd think Stephanie's going to follow her pretty quickly, right?
And Stephanie had a match on Raw.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
So I'm wondering if there is a chance that Jordan takes the title and Stephanie moves up to one of the main rosters. And then Jordan kind of takes over.
A brand new opening this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the next run-in for sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like Stephanie's... Here's my thing. The only thing that really is keeping me from... kept me from saying Jordan was going to win was that Stephanie's great in the ring, but her mic skills need a lot of work for the main roster, I think. I think they're a little weak. Her English is okay. It's not great. She's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think she's all right.
She's all right. I mean, she's better than Asuka, which is kind of strange to me that Asuka never really grasped the English language better for how long she's been in the company. It's a little strange. Unless she's just acting, because I think I've seen her on interviews before where she's talking pretty good English. Or English pretty well.
Yes, she does.
So I'm a little... that always kind of struck me as weird that her promos were always like, "You ready for Asuka?" You know, they're never
yeah.
Like, why doesn't she talk? It's just, at least Io's talking now. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I think this one's tough, honestly. This one might be my... kind of want to switch this to my 1 pointer now.
See, I'm thinking Jordan loses and goes up to the main roster.
I think she loses and goes up to the main roster.
Yep. I think she loses and goes up to the main roster.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because...
I mean, she's great.
She didn't need to spend too much time. She's been TV wrestling for years.
Yeah.
But just because of when she debuted in the company, plans were already in motion and things were already going for WrestleMania, that they just kind of put her down in NXT to get some reps and, get used to a little bit of WWE TV.
WWE style. Yeah.
Yeah. She'll go up to the big houses.
I don't think she'll go to SmackDown. She'll probably go to Raw. She would make a good opponent for Rhea.
She would.
Makes sense to me to do that. All right. Well, we'll see what happens at Battleground on Sunday. But we're not finished yet. In fact, we're only halfway through because AEW is a much larger show as always. So let's get things cooking with AEW Double or Nothing, which happens on Sunday as well, at the same time as NXT Battleground in Glendale, Arizona.
I don't see any news on AEW for Saturday, or for the pay-per-view. But there is something for tonight that possibly could have
ramifications.
Ramifications, yes.
Yeah, the show has not started yet. I think Collision starts at 8
o'clock.
Eastern.
Yeah. 30
so
30 minutes.
I don't think we'll hear anything unless they do it right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Full disclaimer: we're recording this before Collision, so if there is any added matches, they're not counted unless we catch them on the show while recording. But we will talk about them on the post show next week.
And rate
All
them.
right. and write them on. Yeah, we'll do the whole thing for sure. All right, let's kick things off with a stretcher match between Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. Let's get our doodads down here.
Turn the page.
Locked in.
Drop the cap. All right.
3, 2, 1. That's funny. Yeah.
You have him for 5.
Yes, I do.
Why they're having a stretcher match? Because
it's AEW. They need a gimmick match somewhere on the show. Besides the other one.
Yeah, besides the Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have a big, long feud. I think maybe they've had 1 or 2 matches, but nothing to really necessitate having a stretcher match.
I feel like these two could put on a really good match, though. Mark Briscoe is very entertaining to me. Ricochet is entertaining now that he's a heel. He's kind of got a swag to him that he didn't have before. I don't like him as a person. I think he's kind of a dick.
His best feuds are on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Not on
right?
TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
it's hard to get behind Mark Briscoe because all he does is lose.
Yeah, he's just a loser. Yes, he goes in there to sell.
Yeah.
To make someone else
He's
look
really good. He's really entertaining. You can get behind him, but he just loses.
Yeah. But again, I do think it'll be an entertaining match. I wonder if we'll see the golden scissors. The golden scissors.
We probably will.
Please,
we'll probably
bring
see
out
blood.
those. Yeah, bring out the blood.
Yeah, we'll probably see blood.
Bring it out for the sickos. All right. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about the match. I think it'll be entertaining.
I mean, most of these will be entertaining, just like they usually are.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got Nigel McGuinness's return to the ring with Daniel Garcia against FTR. Yeah. All right. Let's get our predictions down here. What we got?
Danny Garcia. He's not even the hot Danny Garcia. That's the Rock's ex-wife.
Damn. All right, locked in. Is he having second thoughts?
I am.
Too bad, they're locked in.
Haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right.
3, 2, 1. Oh, we're differing. Look at that. We're both very not confident. That's for sure. Yeah, I just don't see Nigel returning to lose, but I can also see FTR just winning in this because it's AEW.
Also, you had Nigel McGuinness against Bryan Danielson, and Nigel lost.
Has Nigel wrestled in AEW already?
Twice.
Oh my God! See, I didn't even know that.
The first one was at All In last year in Wembley, in the Battle Royal.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
And the one that Christian won for the briefcase. Or I'm sorry, for the contract. Or
the contract that he wasted. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Danielson was doing his whole retirement tour thing, and Nigel challenged him for Grand Slam in September, like 3 weeks before he lost his title to Moxley.
Weird. I don't understand. I don't understand that. Because that's why I was confused, because I was like, why would Nigel wrestle in Phoenix, Arizona? Don't they have a big enough roster where Nigel doesn't have to wrestle?
Yes.
It's so weird.
I mean, Nigel's wrestling basically like in the Pat McAfee spot a few weeks ago, where he's sticking up for Tony Schiavone. Which, I mean, Pat McAfee is the same size as Gunther, height-wise, too. But, I mean, Tony Schiavone is the same size as both Dax and the other one, Cash.
Cash, yeah.
I mean, Tony stands face-to-face with him, and he's as bulky as the other two, so. But Nigel still got to stand up for him.
Who's the short dude with the bald head standing in front of FTR?
That is Stokely Hathaway. He was the manager of Chris Statlander before she.
Oh, him. Yeah, I remember him.
For no reason, turned babyface.
Yeah.
He used to be in NXT as Malcolm Bivens, the manager of Diamond Mine, with Roderick Strong after the Undisputed Era broke up.
You can tell how interested I am in this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's, FTR, I don't know why they're not going for the tag titles. Because certainly the tag titles are...
They will at All In, probably. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, I guess. All right, you got my prediction recorded.
Nigel and generic wrestler for one.
For one, yeah. Yeah, I'm completely flatlined on Garcia. All right, let's move on to the AEW Continental Championship, Okada versus Speedball Bailey.
For the AEW Continental Championship.
Yeah. Locked in. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I mean, we're both in agreement that it's All In's Okada versus Kenny Omega, right?
To merge the titles.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yep, they're teasing it.
Yeah. That being said, I think this will be a good match. I'm a big fan of Speedball Bailey. I don't understand his nickname. Like it's
Spitball,
Spitball, Speedball. Like what? Who
Hong
are
Kong
you?
Phooey?
Yeah, his gimmick is strange, but he's amazing in the ring.
He's a unique.
Is he unique?
No, I said he is a unique dude.
Yeah. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's definitely unique.
He
kind of like every time I see him, I'm like, if I didn't know any better, I could mistake him for Ricky Steamboat's son. Like for real though, he just exudes Ricky Steamboat for some reason.
He does.
He's small. He's athletic. He's got kind of a similar look. He's very Ricky Steamboat. It's very strange, but yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's great.
The hair doesn't do him any favors.
No, the mullet.
Constant smiling.
No, but he's great. He's fantastic.
He's unique.
I'm getting the sense that you're not a big fan of him.
No, not really.
Okay, fair. I don't have much to say about this match. It seems like it's just going to be a good match with an obvious winner.
I mean, it's probably guaranteed to be 5 stars on the Meltzer scale.
Well, I mean,
for sure,
it's AEW, so everything's 5 stars on the Meltzer scale.
Yeah.
All right. The AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas.
Sammy Guevara makes a rare appearance on AEW pay-per-view. And yeah.
Okay, locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're very high on that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, her syndicate's not losing.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
I love Dustin, but...
I love Dustin.
Yeah. They're not going to have the Sons of Texas suddenly become ROH champions and AEW champions.
I kind of wish they would merge the titles. But
I don't even understand why Tony bought ROH.
But then just so WWE wouldn't buy them just for the library.
Yeah, fair.
But I mean, Dustin's already Ring of Honor tag and six-man tag champions.
Yeah, he's got a lot of belts.
Yeah, he's Dustin 2 belts. He's got more belts than Cody. But yeah, I mean, I don't see them. No chance.
No chance whatsoever.
There's much better tag teams than these two.
Yeah, and you got to think
nothing against them, but I mean, you got FTR, you got the Bucks, you got potentially Edge and Christian.
Yeah, you got to think about what the next show is. The next show is their stadium show, so they're going to be holding all of their big hitters.
But it is in Texas, and
yeah, that's true.
Are the Sons of Texas.
That's true.
They're the Sons of Texas. The next pay-per-view is in Texas, but they're in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Close enough, I guess. But no, I don't see it. I don't know if we get any type of interference, anything from MJF.
Yeah, I noticed he's not on the card.
He's not on the card, and he's been in the story. He's been on every week. He's the newest member of the Hurt Syndicate. Signed his contract last night to be
Which is so weird.
I'm
sorry, but
when
MJF is relegated to being a part of the Hurt Syndicate, I think the writers have lost the plot with him.
Not on the card. I thought maybe we might see something on Dynamite that they may reject him again, or we might see a debut of Cedric to come and beat him up and set up a match between either Bobby and or between Cedric and MJF. But
I can see Cedric debuting at All In. I think that'd be a bigger moment.
Yeah, but not a tag match against Dustin and Sammy. That's
no. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. They'll wait until All In to do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You had him for 4.
Make it a big moment. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defends against the newest addition to the AEW roster, I believe, Mina Shirakawa.
She did get the banner. She did get the tweet last night.
This is Mina Shirakawa is All Elite.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I can't spell.
Can't spell. I wrote the wrong name.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a problem. What did I point this on? All right, locked in.
Sim. Maxwell is in the Hurt Syndicate as of last night, officially.
Very weird. Bet he. I wonder how MJF feels right now. About betting on himself, quote, and getting that AEW tattoo, which I still hope to God is fake.
Well, supposedly he got it lasered off.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, that's what he was doing in one of his vignettes and one of his little backstage segments that he had a couple months ago. He was getting it lasered off while he was doing an interview, or while he was doing his little promo.
Like legitly or story wise? No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows
because it's always covered up. Yeah.
That's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. We're in agreement. All right. Yeah, I don't know much about Mina, but unless they're looking at her as like the next big thing, I just don't see her winning.
The only way that I could see Mina winning, is if there's a return to cost Tony the match, and that would be Mariah May. Because in Stardom, Mina and Mariah were together.
When's her contract up? Do we know?
This year. And of course, there's, the big rumors that she's done, that the Hollywood ending match was basically the ending of all of her creative, and that she was pretty much going to be done unless she ended up re-signing. But
obviously they got afraid.
Seem that to be unlikely.
Yeah. Tony's very, very cautious when it comes to people's contracts. He's like, all right, they've got about 8-9 months left. They haven't shown any signs of re-signing. That might mean they're going to WWE. I might as well pull them off TV and let them sit.
And that is telling, because it came out 2 weeks ago that this was a contract year for Willow Nightingale. And last week it was announced that she re-signed. So I'm thinking,
sigh.
Yep. So I'm thinking Mariah is most likely done, but if she was going to come back, it would be here to cost Tony the title.
This will be the make or break.
Yep.
For us to know. Yeah.
I just don't see Tony Storm losing it before All In to set up what that match is going to be.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah, we will talk about next. Yours was 7 for Tony.
It's actually not next. The next match is the Anarchy in the Arena. Right? We switched some around here because the main event changed, apparently. Or what we assumed would be the main event was this, but apparently it is not. So we've got Kenny Omega, Willow Nightingale, Swerve Strickland, and the Ops against the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. Let's get our predictions in.
So I'll just put one person's name. It'll be him.
Yeah. Don't bother naming everybody. We know which team, we're referring to. So locked in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, interesting. We disagree. Wait, where's your points? Cheater! You cheater!
I didn't even see what yours was. Oh,
2. That's funny.
Team Mox.
Yeah, for 2. Yeah, I have nothing invested in the Death Riders at this point. I have nothing invested in this match whatsoever. It's just chaos. I don't like these matches. I think they're really dumb.
Too hard to follow.
They're hard to follow. The camera's constantly changing. Even the crowd doesn't know where to look. It's just, I don't know. It's their thing, and it's part of what makes AEW unique, I guess. But
I mean, they're different. When they're different, they're really different.
Yeah, I just don't find it all that entertaining. Half the spots go unnoticed or get noticed at the wrong times, and the impact's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Or just they're overshadowed because you just cut from one to the next, to the next, to the next without being able
to breathe.
Well, I mean, not even that. Just one on top of another that you just can't even register what's
going on. Yeah,
something else happened right afterwards. And then with this one, they're going to have interest music playing throughout the whole thing, pretty much. That's their thing for Anarchy.
So dumb.
Yeah. One thing about this match, though, the last 2 weeks on Dynamite, Gabe Kidd from New Japan has come out and helped. Well, he helped Moxley win the cage match between Moxley and Joe last week. And then last night on Dynamite, he came out and he sucker punched somebody. Joe. Yeah, I think it was Joe. So him would make 7 if there's some kind of involvement from him, which would mean that someone might, if they're looking at maybe adding Gabe Kidd to the match, or if Gabe Kidd interferes in the match, that would mean that someone else would have to come and interfere on the good guys team, right? Maybe.
Yeah. There's already too many people.
there's too many. I mean, the biggest one that there's been has been 5-on-5.
Yeah, so this is bigger.
I guess
people.
In a way, it's 5+1 against 5+1 because there's the women.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they have any intergender fighting going on in this match, or if the women will just be separate the whole time.
I mean, they have, they haven't been like facing off with each other. Like Mox and Willow, they haven't been like trading blows with each other. But like Marina and Mox did put Willow through a table. Something like, they've done stuff like that, but not necessarily, facing off, trading blows and, suplexes and that kind of stuff. If there is intergender stuff going on like that, it'll be, tables, it'll be chair shots, it'll be stuff like that rather than actual holds and stuff. So that would fit in this kind of match. And the sickos love that kind of stuff.
They do. I sure don't.
Now Meltzer won't love it. I mean, he'll probably give this one like 3 stars, but he just doesn't like these. Apparently, doesn't like these kinds of cluster truck matches.
Me either. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. That's just.
I think we might see a return in this match.
Oh yeah, who?
Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah, he's been away for a while.
He got hurt in a match against Gabe Kidd.
That makes sense. So this is gonna be a 14-person match.
Or there'll be
or
by
13,
the end there will
13.
be 14 people
14?
involved.
14.
At 14.
Crazy. All right, let's move on. The Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Final: Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné. The winner goes on to face the Women's World Champion at All In. If I'm understanding how all of this works correctly.
Yes. I'll make sure I write my points on here this time.
Alrighty, locked in. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. We agree. Yeah, I think Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm at All In just makes total sense.
I mean, both matches would make sense, but I think for your big show, it's got to be Mercedes.
Yeah. Sadly.
Toni was the one that took the title off Jamie Hayter when Jamie Hayter lost it. She was hurt at the time, but it was Toni nonetheless. But for your big show, your big stadium show, it's got to be Mercedes against Toni.
Got to be. Yeah.
And you had, 6?
Yes.
I mean, not much to it. Mercedes has not lost a one-on-one match
since she joined.
She did lose her New Japan Strong Women's title a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, so she's finally Moné one belt.
It was she's Moné 3 belts.
Oh god.
But it was a 3-way match, and she was not part of the pinfall. So she did not get pinned, but she did lose her title nevertheless.
God, they're just protecting the shit out of her, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Brutal. All right. I don't want to talk about Moné anymore. Let's move on.
After she beats Jamie Hayter, then she's pretty much run through the whole roster.
Yep. Well, hopefully she can retire then after she gets to All In. All right, that leads us to our main event, which is Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page for the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament Final. The winner goes on to face Jon Moxley.
Ascension
at All In.
Karen Ospreay versus Hangman Page. Because Ospreay's got the big Karen haircut right now.
All right. Locked in. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we agree. We agreed on a lot more AEW stuff than we did WWE stuff, which is interesting. Does that mean that AEW is more predictable? I don't know what that means.
This one is. This one to me is pretty predictable.
Watch. We're going to be completely off base. It's going to be. They're going to just swerve every single match.
I mean, Paige, I see. I mean, it says on the graphic there, redemption. I think this is all about Paige and his redemption story.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think he's the one that's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it's back to Darby now that takes the title off Moxley, but it's.
No, I agree with you. I think it'll be Paige. I think finally Paige or Paige is going to recover his title, and Moxley's finally going to get it out of that briefcase.
It'll be interesting to see it all in if we see.
See the briefcase finally. Yeah, I'm very curious to see if we finally cut AEW from our programming after All In. I'm so disinterested in the company. Between this and All In, this is their last chance for me. And like it really is. Like I'm just so over it. Like it's just so bad. This and the next show that's all they've got left for me. I'm not promising anything else. They have to blow me out of the water with the next 2 shows or I can't do AW anymore. I just can't do it.
I mean, we'll see what they do, but I mean, it's let's see what's happening on there right now. Since
yes, these watching AEW pay-per-views have been more painful than listening to Booker T's commentary, which is very difficult to do for me.
So what I was referring to earlier, something that was advertised for tonight is we will hear from Adam Cole.
Oh, okay.
Who is the TNT champion, right?
Is he feuding with anybody?
No, he's not.
Okay. So it might just be a random, hey, let's put the title on the line against Hook.
I mean, maybe he'll do an
open challenge.
Yeah, and someone will answer it. But it looks like right now they're starting off with the contract signing with FTR and
a contract signing for the tag match.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, AEW, you never cease to confuse me. Oh,
wait, hold on. Adam Cole is on commentary apparently.
That's random.
Yeah. Well, because Nigel's not on commentary.
Oh. So they're just giving Adam Cole something to do since he doesn't have a match, I guess.
Yeah. But
that's awesome.
Adam Cole won the title at one of those pay-per-views, one of the last ones. He's had one match since then. He hasn't had a match in over a month.
Adam, you never should have left WWE, man. I don't know what you were thinking. You should have just stuck around.
Apparently, Vince wanted him to be manager on the main roster. Well, that's kind of what he's doing right now, is being a manager.
Right.
In wrestling every once in a while.
At least when Vince left and Triple H took over, he probably would have given Adam Cole something to do.
He probably would have.
Or sent him back to NXT to just be dominant there again. Like, who knows, man? I just...
Seems like they're doing maybe stuff with Cross, although he wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
Hasn't been on TV.
I hope we do. He's impressing me lately, which is really hard to come back from because he, like I said, we used to call him the charisma black hole. And he's starting to come out of his shell, man. He's starting to show.
But it's not on TV.
But it's not on TV. They got to start showcasing him on
doesn't
TV.
Happen on TV, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Apparently, he got a big reaction on his main event match last week.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not on
he
TV.
Got a big reaction. Well, he has technically been on TV, but not in the States. He's been on several of the commercial times for the international audiences.
Yeah.
He's usually interviewed by someone or having a backstage conversation with somebody
right
during the commercials. And he at one point had an interview with what's the not bad female interviewer? What's her name?
Jackie Redmond.
Jackie Redmond, yeah. Talking to Jackie Redmond, and the crowd went berserko for him. He for a bunch of the stuff he was saying, it was really, really cool. His character and his story needs to go somewhere. It keeps floating. Anyway, yeah. So AEW Double or Nothing is live this Sunday, May 25th, at the same time that NXT is on. So
no, NXT is on Saturday. No, it is Sunday.
No, it's not. Right. It's Sunday. Yeah, they're both NXT and
is on Saturday.
Yep. Yeah. So we're not going to be able to watch both shows at the same time. So we're going to have to watch a recorded version of one of these two shows.
I will have.
It will be AEW
on my TV on Peacock, and then probably have Double or Nothing on my tablet.
I can't watch two wrestling at the same time. I'm already going to have a hard time watching a wrestling PLE 3 days in a row. It's brutal. So I would anticipate that we'll record our post show Tuesday or Wednesday. That's my guess. It's not going to be immediate because I'm going to need time to watch all of it. Yeah, Tuesday. There you go.
Yeah, Monday's holiday.
For you. Yeah,
yep.
That's true.
And I will be having daughter time.
Daughter time.
She has not booked. Oh, there she is. Come say hi. No?
I don't want to be on camera, Dad. Hi.
She said it.
I did. I heard it. It was very loud. Oh! That was awesome. That was classic. That was good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Wrestling Renaissance. If you want to reach me on the socials, I am at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
I am at Cole2K on the BlueSky and the X.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server. The link is in the description. And we'll be back next week where I will find out if I still have this or on my shoulder.
I will still have this because I'm trivia champion.
Yeah. Yes, you will. Yeah. We're gonna have to find another trivia day soon.
Yes, we will.
I gotta take that back. I gotta be TJ 2 belts at some point, right?
Yeah. I mean, the name's there.
It is. it's so there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Enjoy the weekend wrestling extravaganza. Locked in. You got it.